As of today, Canada is not united. Alberta's independence movement is gaining momentum, doubling in size in just a year. Quebec's separatist government is polling high. There is a new separatist movement in Newfoundland and Labrador and Saskatchewan. Even residents in British Columbia are expressing their distrust of Confederation. But why is this? Could it be that Canadians voted more so against Donald Trump than for Canada? Were we preoccupied with elbows up and not seeing the big picture? As of today, the government is not representing anyone. Western alienation is now across the country. They are not in Parliament doing business. Those tariffs against the US were quietly dropped. We don't even have a budget. It feels as if Canada is just treading water. And for the most part, people have accepted this. Despite Carney's international reputation as a central banker and his polished public image, concerns are growing about how deeply committed he would be to addressing the core divisions fracturing the country. From Western alienation and Indigenous reconciliation to economic inequality and democratic accountability, has the Liberal Party under Carney offered real solutions, or just more political branding? But how could Canada be unified? Unifying Canada requires a thoughtful and balanced approach that reflects and respects the country's rich diversity while strengthening the ties that bind its people together. One of the most effective ways the federal government can promote unity is by fostering inclusive federalism. Canada is a federation with strong regional identities and unique provincial needs. To support national cohesion, the federal government should engage more collaboratively with provinces and territories while shaping policies that affect them directly. For example, acknowledging Quebec's distinct culture and language, while also respecting the autonomy of Western provinces like Alberta and British Columbia. This helps prevent alienation and promotes a sense of inclusion. This is something the previous Liberal government failed to do. Open dialogue and fair power sharing between levels of government are essential for building trust and cooperation across regions. A crucial step towards national unity is advancing Indigenous reconciliation. Canada's relationship with Indigenous peoples has been shaped by a long and painful history of colonization, broken treaties, and systemic discrimination. To build a truly unified nation, the government must follow through on the Truth and Reconciliation Commission's calls to action. They haven't done so. This includes addressing long-standing land claims, supporting Indigenous self-governance, and ensuring equitable access to healthcare, education, and economic opportunities. Additionally, the preservation and revitalization of Indigenous languages and cultures should be prioritized through education and community-based programs. Recognizing and upholding treaty rights is not only a legal obligation, but also a moral one that reflects Canada's commitment to justice. Economic inequality across provinces and regions is another barrier to unity. Many parts of Canada, much so in the Atlantic provinces and the Northern Territories, and some rural areas, face high unemployment, poor infrastructure, and fewer economic opportunities compared to wealthier urban centers. The federal government can help bridge these gaps by investing in regional economic development, job creation, and infrastructure projects tailored to the local needs. National cooperation on major projects such as green energy and transportation can also serve as a unifying force if they are managed with input from all stakeholders, including provinces. Balancing regional interests with national goals requires sensitivity and flexibility, but can foster a stronger sense of a shared purpose. Promoting a cohesive national identity is also vital. This involves more than just symbols like flags and anthems. It means cultivating a sense of belonging and common values. something we've lost in Canada. Civic education should be strengthened in schools to ensure young Canadians understand their history, institutions, and responsibilities as citizens. Government support for Canadian culture through literature, music, film, and arts. This helps amplify diverse voices while highlighting what unites us. In today's polarized and information-saturated world, combating division is especially important. The government can support media literacy initiatives to help Canadians critically access the news and assess the news they consume and resist divisive or misleading narratives. Instead of throwing money at mainstream media to further push their party's agenda, they could strengthen what journalism and news reporting is supposed to be. Strengthening local and independent journalism also ensures that diverse communities are represented fairly and accurately, which can reduce feelings of marginalization and a disconnection. Finally, a unified Canada requires a responsive and accountable governance. Many citizens feel disillusioned by politics, which can fuel regional resentment and disengagement. To counter this, the federal government could consider democratic reforms such as improving electoral representation or increasing transparency in decision-making, engaging citizens through public consultation, and have initiatives to ensure that more people feel heard and involved in shaping their country's future. Canada's unity is both its greatest strength and an ongoing challenge. By respecting differences, addressing injustices, reducing regional inequalities, and promoting shared values, the federal government can help create a more inclusive and united Canada, one in which every citizen, regardless of region, language, or background, feels like they truly belong. Do you feel like a Canadian? Do you feel that Canada is united? What would help us bring this country back together? Please comment below. And thank you so much for watching. I wanted to end this video with a passionate speech from someone about Canada's unity issue, but all I found was videos of Mark Carney addressing Trump. This just fortifies my assessment earlier. So instead, I will leave you with a video done by the Montreal Gazette that allows us to remember and reflect on the October crisis and how bad things got and could get if we don't get a handle on national unity.